Many thanks for your time here on the AM show. The show is sponsored by Syntex Tanks. Syntex Tank, a strong, a tough. Now let's get into our news stories, starting with the Director General of the National Cybersecurity Authority, Divine Selassie Agbeti, has been handed a 2-week suspension following a directive from the Office of the President. The suspension is linked to an ongoing investigation into allegations of misconduct involving the use of a uniformed military officer as a personal bodyguard, an act seen as a breach of the recent government's directives. Now, this comes just days after the government of Ghana announced the withdrawal of military escorts from former ministers, business people and civilians not entitled to such protection. There's more in this News Desk report.
The suspension of the Cybersecurity Authority boss follows a directive issued by the Minister for Communications. The suspension is part of an ongoing investigation into claims that the NCSA head engaged the services of the military officer without the necessary authorization. A letter signed by the Executive Secretary to the President, Dr. Callistus Mahama, and dated July 15, 2025, expressed the Presidency's strong disapproval. It described the Director General's actions as inappropriate and a source of embarrassment to the government. Government sources suggest that further disciplinary measures could be taken depending on the findings of the internal investigations currently underway. The withdrawal of military protection for former, current and public officials and private individuals was announced in a statement released by the Minister for Defense, Dr. Edward Omani Boama, on Tuesday, 15th July 2025. Dr. Boama explained that the move is part of government's broader reset agenda, which seeks to reinforce discipline, uphold professionalism, and ensure greater accountability within the Ghana Armed Forces.
Away from that, Accra is set to roll out a fleet of electric buses under a new partnership with the U.S. city of Savannah, Georgia. The initiative forms part of ongoing efforts to improve urban mobility and cut down on carbon emissions. The announcement was made by Savannah Mayor Van R. Johnson II during a courtesy visit to the Accra Metropolitan Assembly. Nana Kwesi Asare-Boateng reports.
The collaboration between Accra and Savannah, Georgia, is beginning to yield real results. The partnership, formalized in February 2024, through a virtual signing ceremony, is focused on deepening collaborations in urban planning, tourism, education and sustainable transport. Accra Mayor Michael Kpakpo Aloti announced during this visit plans for Accra to procure electric Metro Mass buses with support from Savannah-based investors.
You know, if we watch electric buses, one, we're going to have a cheaper fares, and it's good for the environment. And secondly, if we have the electric buses, a lot of people would love to be on it. You know, anytime there's something new, people want to come on it. So I'm looking at that. One, we're going to have cheap way of transport. Secondly, we're going to have we're going to have create a lot of jobs. So what I'm saying is that we should look forward to this metro bus that we're looking forward to have. And when my brother here said he has a company called Hyundai that they're in Savannah, that they're going to talk to them. So very soon I'll go there and we'll see how best we can bring them to Ghana to set up. Thank you.
Savannah Mayor Van Johnson, who led a delegation including city officials and private sector partners, expressed admiration for the AMA's leadership and vision. He commended Accra Mayor for embracing bold initiatives that benefit the everyday commuter.
Here, first of all, the reception has been absolutely amazing, and I'm glad to finally meet this dynamic and exciting mayor who has such a vision for the people of Accra. He's bold, he thinks big, and that's the only way things are going to be done.
The visit marks the final stop in the delegation's multi-city tour of Ghana, which included Cape Coast and Kumasi. As both cities continue to explore opportunities for cooperation, officials say the electric bus deal is only the beginning of a broader development agenda. Nana Kwesi Asare-Boateng's report for Joy News.
At Dabie Benyaze AJMA Basic School in the Commander Edinegwafo Ebri municipality, the future of school children is under threat as the school has operated without electricity since 1954, a major setback to teaching and learning, particularly in ICT. During a graduation ceremony for pupils and final year junior high school students, head teacher Edna Fidelia Tamaklo appealed to government and stakeholders to intervene and help improve the school's condition. Abigail Esalunkroma has more.
94 pupils and students of the Dabur Benyaze JMA Basic A School in the Commander Edinegwafo Abrim KEA municipality were celebrated during the school's graduation ceremony that marked the next step of their academic journey. The municipal NAT chairman for KEA municipality, Henry Amate, praised the graduation as one of the best and urged parents to continue their support for their children.
The theme for today's program is Little Step, Big Dreams. And the graduation has been a wonderful graduation. This is the best graduation I've ever observed. And we are using this to appeal to parents to continue to support their children, for they are the future leaders. They need to provide them with teaching and learning resources so that the teachers can also support. On the part of the teachers, they are doing very well. We applaud them and we're encouraging them to continue teaching the children so that they become the future leaders. What we are going to do is to support the teachers with their professional development so that they can move ahead with the 21st century skills.
Since the school's inception in 1954, its biggest obstacle hindering teaching and learning is the lack of electricity. The head teacher of the school, Edna Fidelia Tamaklo, is asking government and concerned stakeholders to come to their aid.
One of the things that makes it a challenge to us at Dabur Benyaze AJ Basic A here is some of our infrastructure, that is our building, and then chairs for teachers, and then desks for pupils. That is so short that we don't have enough for them to sit on. Another very serious challenge that we have is, since the school was established in 1954, we haven't had any electricity. And so it becomes very difficult for the ICT teacher to support the kids, even if he has a laptop or any desktop to help them learn. And so we are pleading through the MCE and then the Member of Parliament to the President to help us at Dabur here in the Central Region, especially in KEA municipality.
Commenting on parental neglect of young children, the KEA Early Childhood Coordinator, Anna Eliamo, pleaded with parents to make their best efforts for their children.
To the parents who have neglected their little one because they think they are young and they don't need anything at that level, we are pleading with them. They need a lot. They need materials to write, to play, to manipulate in the classroom. So we are beseeching you that anything that they will need in school, you provide for them. They should support them in their education by providing their education needs for them to grow and grow very well.
From Dabur, Abigail Esalunkroma reports for Joy News.
So that's Dabur. Now let me tell you about the Labour and Employment Minister, Dr. Rashid Popio, who's calling for urgent reforms in Ghana's education system to equip students with the practical skills needed for local production and job creation. He says the shift to skills-based learning is critical to reducing imports, curbing youth unemployment, and driving the government's 24-hour economy agenda. Dr. Rashid Popio was speaking at a job fair organized by Design Technology. We'll tell you more in this report.
As Ghana grapples with the urgent need to reduce its dependence on imports, the Minister for Labour, Employment and Job Creation, Dr. Rashid Popio, has stressed the importance of reforming the country's education system to meet global standards. Speaking at a job fair, Dr. Popio made a case for the need to shift the focus of education from producing job seekers to nurturing job creators. He noted that by equipping students with entrepreneurial skills, Ghana can significantly reduce its importation of basic goods and empower the youth to produce them locally.
The team captures the essence of our national mission to transform Ghana's youth from job seekers into explorers, equipped to navigate their own business and destinies. Skills are a consolidation and a consolation prize. They are tools for self-discovery and part of Ghana's golden ticket to sustainable development and global competitiveness.
Dr. Pelpo also announced that the ministry is collaborating with private institutions to support and accelerate the implementation of this ambitious employment strategy.
I believe DTI is essential and critical, and I have just told her that I want to work with her in my ministry to ensure that the Ghanaian youth is helped to think beyond the ordinary.
DTI CEO Constance Wanika said strong partnership between private institutions are key to equipping young people with practical skills for the job market. She believes such collaboration can transform the youth into confident, work-ready professionals.
80% of the jobs in Ghana will come, in fact, almost 90% will come from the private sector. And so as the engine of growth, what we're saying is that private sector is ready to work with government to create that enabling environment for young people to also find opportunities.
As Ghana charts a path towards self-reliance, the push for entrepreneurship education backed by public-private partnership offers a sustainable solution by empowering young people to innovate and produce locally. The country takes a bold step towards reducing unemployment and driving inclusive economic growth. And that's his report read to you.
In other stories, board chairman of the Ghana Investments Promotion Center and Governance and public policy analyst, Akwesi Opongfosu, has urged political leaders to stop exploiting the youth for political thuggery and instead focus on empowering them with opportunities and resources for a better future. He stressed that meaningful change must begin at the top, with political leaders leading by example, creating a system that prioritizes youth development, job creation, and innovation. There's more.
Speaking of the 2025 Leadership and Government Lecture Series organized by Crossfire Ghana in collaboration with the Tertiary Education Institutions Network TAIN of Ghana Communication Technology University, Mr. Opongfosu emphasized the urgent need to address Ghana's leadership crisis by instilling values of integrity and truthfulness in the youth.
We have to rid ourselves of all that, especially of political violence and thuggery. These are things that we have to bury with the election 2024 and the massive endorsement for change. I hope you are understanding of what we're trying to drive across. We need to do things differently and endear our leadership style to the citizens. Now citizens are very much discerning. Voters are discerning. They are enlightened.
Echoing the call for action, lead convener of Crossfire Ghana, Nana Osei-Tutu, encouraged young people to be proactive, developing relevant skills and strategically positioning themselves to thrive in an ever-evolving job market.
The issues has been, I've not gotten anything. I've not been sorted. I've not gotten anything. Sometimes they call you and you ask them, can you prepare your CV and give it to me? Then they get angry. That's why should I go and prepare a CV when your campaign did you ask me for my CV? But then we cannot put you at a place that you are not qualified. You understand me? You should have an interest. You should know what you can do. It is not about the fact that your party is in power, so you should be sorted and be sorted. Just be sorted at where? You should be qualified. So we also have to be educating ourselves, advising the youth. You see, yes, your government is in power. Yes, you campaign for the party. Yes, the party will have to sort you out. But the reality is that you should be qualified. And it doesn't also mean that go to the ministries and go and work. At least you can farm, you can do so many things. And that is what we should be encouraging. That you want to do business, I want to do this, okay, SME support, let us support them to also do something. Those are the things that we should focus on.
The event, themed A Conversation on Resetting the Nation, aims to equip young people with the tools, knowledge, and motivation to take an active role in governance and national progress.
Well, that does it for news stories in and around the country. Let's get into a business update now with Samuel Kujobrace.
Well, let's do the business updates now. And Minister for Energy and Green Transition, John Abdullahi Jinapor, has said government is actively renegotiating terms with independent power producers to achieve a balanced arrangement that benefits both the state and private stakeholders. Speaking at a high-level forum on Ghana's energy sector hosted by the Africa Center for Energy Policy and the Open Society Foundations, Jinapor reflected on the early challenges of his tenure. Despite these initial hurdles, the minister expressed optimism about the future of Ghana's energy sector.
We are renegotiating with some of the IPPs, and we believe that under the leadership of Ben and Co., who are spearheading that agenda for us, we'll be able to come to some very, very favorable terms with the IPP, so we can have a win-win situation. We are also working on our gas infrastructure as transition fuel. We are well aware of Ghana's energy transition, and we believe that as the world is transitioning, gas will serve some good purpose whilst we roll out a lot of renewable energy. And it's not for anything that President Mahama decided that he would add green transitions to the ministry. It's because he wants us to focus more and be heavy on renewable energy. So we are putting in place a lot of reforms. We've decided that henceforth, when it comes to procurement of power, we want to do that through competitive process. The days when the private sector just bring their terms and dump it on us are over. We want to set our parameters and ensure that we benefit from that.
Well, away from that, the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority says it is committed to strengthening public-private partnerships as part of effort to deliver world-class services to Ghanaians. Speaking at To Joy Business at the inauguration of the authority's new Ultra-Modern Center for Licensing and Vehicle Registration, Deputy CEO Foster Asante emphasized that such collaborations are crucial for streamlining and expediting the licensing process.
Located in the prime area at Ring Road West in Accra, the center, established through a partnership between the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority and VFS Global, aims to provide a comfortable, efficient, and convenient environment for applicants seeking DVLA services.
If convenience was a human being, I believe you could have touched him or her. It's very convenient, and I think services here are a bit faster than the traditional centers. Looking at the area and where it is situated, I think it is strategically positioned. It may increase vehicle registration beyond a threshold of 60% and more.
Head of Sub-Saharan Africa at VFS Global, Alok Singhal, said the conveniently located center will offer a more personalized experience and is equipped to handle high application volumes with expedited processing times.
To finally, achieve this because we wanted to showcase the kind of partnership that we have with DVLA in order to provide, convenient access to the Ghanaian citizens.
Well, that's all in business, and in fact, in the AM News, sports is up next here with Muftau Abdullahi.